Hey go-getters! So I am doing some updates for the team for our content creation hub, and I just thought what a great timing for me to share what we do a little behind the scenes. Currently what we're doing is consolidating all of our multi-channel platforms and the content that we create into one hub. And this is a demo account, so some of this information is just for viewing purposes, and we've kind of changed it internally. But I just wanted to show you. So the first tab here inside of Airtable. So what we do inside of here, so on this first tab you see here, it's the monthly content plan, and it just really goes through for whoever's creating content. It gives them this main view of what our goals are for the month, or the milestones if we're actually hosting any events or collaborating, any important dates, the main content that's going on, and the editorial outlets, meaning like, are we posting to YouTube twice a week? Are we doing it once a month? Are we doing that twice a week? It just gives that schedule to whoever is working on content on the team. Another thing that I also have learned from another coach is actually breaking down quarters and really going through any important, like, assigning it to whoever it belongs to. But right now that's me, depending what quarter it is and what the main focus, important things, and just really what our sales and growth goals are for that month. So that could be how we're looking to grow maybe LinkedIn by 100 followers or connections, or growing our subscriptions to YouTube by 5%. Anything like that would go in that area. And it's always just a place for everyone to reference, and they can see the overall big vision instead of it just being inside my head. Next, what we do is on this tab is the monthly content calendar. So we have multi-channel marketing where we have email, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. In this platform, we actually house the content creation for all of that. So we have something a little separate for YouTube because it's just a different workflow that we follow, and maybe later on I'll share that. But for now, inside of this tab, you can see that I've created a few different views. So the first one is kind of like the raw data. So it'll house all the rows of data that is created. The monthly content calendar view is an actual calendar view. So it'll show what's been actually scheduled for when. And you're noticing here that it'll say like email and email marketing. So what I have is a formula in the first column where it will put the type of content that's posting, and it'll put the actual channel that it's going to. So if you notice, this is an email and it's going to our subscribers, and this one is actually a carousel post and it's going to Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So I'll go back to the grid view so you can see the raw data and some of what we have in there, just giving you a bird's eye view of what it looks like when it goes into the calendar view. So if you go on over here to grouped by status, so this is in a Kanban style. And if you've ever used something like Trello, or even in ClickUp, they have it where you can view it in the board view and you can move things along. Well, think about it in that sense. So if you notice, it's grouped or stacked by status. So on this particular content, the status is marked as not started. So it's here. So I'm just gonna change this to approve to post. And once I X out of here, you're gonna see that it's now moved over here. So what this does is there's things that I have to come in and approve, or if whoever's creating content is coming in, it gives them more of a focused approach to say, okay, today I'm going to work on the things in progress. I'm going to work on, for me, I would come in and say, oh, I got to look at all these ones that would pop up under needs approval so that the team will have what they need to be able to schedule and move along with creating content. The next view that I created is actually, it's called upcoming 2 weeks. So this is actually stacked by status as well, but I added a filter because we have an internal goal to have at least 2 weeks of content posted. So this allows us to see where we're at in the workflow when it comes to the 2 weeks of content. So if anything is here and it's not started and we have that set out for the next 2 weeks, then it prompts us to know that, okay, we need to get moving They should either be along the way of posted or scheduled much further in the game if we're looking to have those scheduled for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to hop back up here to the grid view just to show you an example. So I did this as a test actually. So if you look inside of here, the first one here is single select, where you can select the day that it's actually for. The date of posting is actually what triggers what pops up into the calendar view. We have our different statuses. We have the types of posts that we're doing. We have, links to image and videos. We have, and I'm not going to read through everything, but it just gives you a breakdown of things that we need to be able to create specific pieces of content and having things all in one place. So one of the things that I'll show you here is that it's also linked to another area inside of the Airtable base, because what I wanted it to do is create like a content bank so that whoever's working on content on the team, they're able to then go into master brainstorm of topics to be able to create some content and keep things moving. What you'll see is in here, we had a few other ones and I just left them so I could show you. So for instance, this one was one from January. And I had put some information in here, and the team went in and they created a fancy email that went out to our subscribers. So this allows the team to move along. You don't always have to use it, but it's there for them if they ever need ideas or prompts of content that they're not aware of. Next, we have our content creation metrics tab. And in this tab, so this one is just raw data. It's looking at all our particular platforms and it's going in. And once a month, respective team members complete this so that we can see across all platforms what our engagement's like, what's the content looking like, do we need to pivot and put more attention because we're getting more traction on a different platform. So that's what you see in this view here. It's broken down by our different platforms so you can see what we've got going on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and our email marketing. And this is a tab that I was telling you about that actually has, just a brain dump pretty much of content and different things that the team can use. I also have a Kanban style here, so it'll show them things that we've either used, if it's things that they're still researching or stuff that I needed to record. You'll see just the workflow of what's happening. And here's another example of the emails. And then you can see from calendar view here where there's a formula in the first one where it says the month and the status of what is going on with that email. Last but not least, I also have a links tab. So this is a quick reference for anyone that's working on the team. If they're doing content and there's a call to action and they need to include any links, we have a quick links area where they can go grab the links that they need. And the idea here, as I circle back to just sitting on this monthly content calendar tab, is that we're able now to see what content is going where on what day. We're able to track our performance by looking at our metric. We're able to have a content dump so that there's no bottleneck or reason to not have content created. And we also have quick references for our link. And last but not least, we have the overall view of what should be happening as far as the content plan breakdown. So hoping this was helpful. Let me know if you would like to see more resources like this. As always, cheering you on. Love y'all.